story first. I'm going to tell a story today. I think I'm going to start stripping off already. Oh my god. Woof. Alright. Ow! Okay. Where was I? Okay. So, I'm going to tell, I was thinking, the last couple of weeks, the nice thing about the book things is an archive, you get different variety of stories. There's quiet stories, there's funny stories, there's sad stories, there is erotic stories in that as well. But tonight I thought I would do a wee kind of cultural story, okay? Because I was feeling we need to kind of understand the culture, alright? And plus we're in the Crane Bar, and it's nice to have a story that actually, part of the story took place in the Crane Bar, okay? This was something that happened, oh my goodness, 40 odd years ago. It was a wee incident that happened in Galway that kind of almost became a legend in itself. And this is a trad music pub. So when you're finished here with the stories, well, we do the stories. I tell a story, we have a break for you to recover, then I tell another story, and then that's me, Sinead, and then the music starts. So stay for the music after, and the music's amazing. So there's music. And so I thought I'd do a story that involves the Crane Bar, involves music. And for folk who've been to my stories before, they know how it works. I like to kind of walk and give you a wee sense of the background. So, we're in Ireland, and music's very, very, very important. And, you know, there's songs, beautiful songs in Ireland. There's songs about sorrow, and there's songs about love, and there's songs about fighting, there's songs about alcohol, there's songs about missing your mother when you're in exile, there's songs about fighting, drinking and missing your mother in exile. There's all these kind of things. Okay, there's wonderful songs. And then, to go with the songs, you've got the musical instruments. You've got all the wonderful instruments. You've got the fiddle, you've got the whistles, the filling pipes, you've got all these wonderful instruments. So this beautiful music-scape going on in Ireland, right? But there's one instrument that is kind of, it's really the most important, but it's almost not noticed, and it's the bowron. Do you know the bowron? Yeah. The bowron is, yeah, thank you! Bowron rocks, okay. And the bowron is like, it looks so simple, it's the wood with the kind of goat skin stretched over it. Yeah, it's the bowron. I always think of the bowron as like, do you know when you see a nice big fancy wedding dress? It's all laces and buttons and all that, but you need the thread to hold it together. If you didn't have the thread, it'd fall apart. To me, the bowron is like that with music in Ireland. If you don't have the bowron, everything falls apart. It's the beat that holds it all together. And the wonderful thing about the bowron is that it's just so, it touches so many different parts of culture and history. I mean, it's like a Neolithic instrument. It's just wood and skin. This is a very, very old instrument. So when you hear a bowron, you're not just being in this moment, but you're listening to something that goes back a long, long time. You're connecting with something thousands of years old with the bowron. That's how powerful the bowron is. And the bowron, you know, it's got the wood, it's got the skin, it's got history, it's got the music, it's got the beat, it's bringing all the songs together. And it's not just important for human connectivity with history and culture. Goats love bowrons. They really do. There's a really weird things on these goats and bowrons. If you go up to, actually, you know, if you're ever up in Connemara and kind of one of the wee kind of villages up there, and there's a session on in a pub, okay? And there's music on, and you open the door of the pub, and you'll see the musicians there, and they'll all be doing their thing or singing, and there'll be somebody playing the bowron. My advice to you is do not go into the pub right away, okay? Stay outside. And if you stay outside for a wee while, so you can still see in, you can see the bowron in the middle there, the goat skin, they beat the way there. Stay outside for a wee while, because you might just see something magical. You might see, if you're very patient, you might see, I thought I wasn't there now, what you might see is a mammy goat, okay? You'll see a wee mammy goat, and they've got the wee baby goats behind them, and it'll be clippity clop and click clop, click clop, click clop. And they'll be making their way up to the pub door, and they'll be looking in. If you're very quiet and you watch the mammy goat, you'll see her raise her wee kind of hoof like that. And if you listen, you'll hear her speak. And she'll say to the wee babby goat, she'll say, "There's your granny. There's your granny." Making all the tunes work. And the wee babby goats will go, "Oh, mammy, 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 when can we grow up and be slaughtered and turned into bow-ons?" And the mammy will say, "Only if you're good, children. Only if you're good." So it's a long way around of saying the bow-on is really, really fundamental to humans, goats, history of the universe. Bow-ons are the thing, okay? However, there is a dark side to the bow-on. This is when you need your comfort person now, okay? The thing about the bow-on is it looks deceptively easy to play. And it's not. You really need to get into the rhythm and the heart and the sound. You really need to connect with all that 2,000 years of goat bonding, okay? You really need to get into the moment. And some folk get it. Some folk from all around the world will get in the zone. Some folk won't get in the zone. Folk from Ireland won't get in the zone. It's a very special instrument, okay? I'm getting so excited, I'm going to have a drink of water. Hold on. And I may take more clothes off. Give me a second. So, this is a story about a young lad that came to Galway in the late 70s, and he had an incident with a bow-on, okay? And I have to point out, there's a woman in this story, and she knows I tell the story, and sometimes she drinks down the stairs. I change her name, she doesn't care, but I change her name. So, just so you know, you might meet her, alright? You can ask her all about it. So this fella who came to America, he came to Ireland, he came from America, his name was Toby, okay? And Toby, he was tall, and he was young, and he was slender, and he was beautiful. He was like myself, okay? A little bit taller, a little bit more slender, and definitely a lot younger. He was about 19 or something. He was gorgeous, he was fabulous, he was beautiful. He came here, he was a bit like myself. He had kind of an Irish background. He wanted to kind of connect with his heritage and all that kind of stuff. It was very lovely. So he came to Ireland. And you know, when you're a teenager, sometimes you get a bit impatient. You just want to get things done right away. So he wasn't patient. He wasn't patient with trying to learn the language. He wasn't patient trying to learn the dancing. And finally thought, the bow-on, it's just a big bit of wood to be a goat. I can do that, no problem. Okay, yeah, I know, you're already there. Yeah. I'll do the bow-on, he says. So he got a bow-on. And he began to head round Ireland with his bow-on. And he was bad, okay? He was appallingly bad. He was the worst bow-on player ever, okay? And he'd be going to a session and the music would be slow and he'd be going bang, 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 bang. Or the music would be fast and he'd be going and just go crazy. And so he was going all these sessions round Ireland, all around Ireland. And the men of Ireland were taking a scunner to him. They were like, this is inappropriate. But the thing about Toby, not only was he tall and slender and beautiful, he had American teeth. And I have to point out that Scottish and Irish people have a whole different approach to dentistry, okay? We like cracked enamel, we like holes, we like bits, it's like artistic, it's passion, it's beautiful. So Toby comes and he's got American teeth, he smiles. People are stunned. Like, what? Look at that! There's no cracks in the enamel, what's going on? So he's going round Ireland with the bad bow-oning, but he's smiling beautifully. And the women of Ireland, the women of Ireland love him. They love him deeply. And Toby, being a young gentleman, took it upon himself to try and love as many of those women as was physically possible. So with the bad bowroning, trust me, with the bad bowroning and the kind of, the loving of ladies, he was chased. You know, like the Frankenstein movie, the mobs and picks and sticks and all sorts. He was chased from every village, hamlet, town, chased in every single part of Ireland. And he ran until he came to the one place in Ireland where you can bowron as you wish, you can love who you wish, and that, of course, was Galway City. And Galway City is known to some as the jewel of the West, and it's known to others as the kind of Sodom and Gomorrah of Connemara. And reputations. Okay. Now, we'll just let you start the story now, if you want to think. Okay, fine. Okay, we haven't even started the story yet. Yeah, okay, I like to do all introductions. We're still Genie man. There. Okay. So he comes to Galway, and he comes to this pub. Okay. And it's kind of late spring. He comes to this pub. There's a session on down the stairs, and he gets out the bowron. And he's playing the bowron really, really, really bad. Well, pause for a second. Pause with your bowron thoughts. How are you doing? We're in a pub now, we've got bowrons, there's bad bowron playing. Okay, alright, so he's playing the bowron very, very bad. But people are very relaxed, okay? The people of Galway, the men and women of Galway are very, very relaxed. So instead of the men attacking him, they're all kind of trying to charm him, okay? Some of them are trying to talk to him. Others are giving him Guinness, giving him lots and lots of Guinness, hoping that he'll get drunk and maybe collapse on the floor. Or he'll get so drunk, suddenly he'll have an epiphany, his synapses will connect with 2,000 years of goat history, and suddenly, whoop, he'll be there, and suddenly he'll be one with his being and his soul, and his synapses will absolutely be tuned into the wonder and glory of the bowron. Or he'll just get very drunk and fall down. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to be very chilled about it, but it starts annoying them a wee bit. And the women, there's a few women at the table as well, they're singing and playing whistles. And there's one woman down the stairs, Peggy. And there's one woman, and she is kind of chatting to him. She's singing a bit, then she'll chat to Toby to distract him so the session can go on. So basically, folk are dealing with him as well as they can, all right? And the session goes on, and then the pub shuts. But in those days, pub shuts, but it would keep going, okay? So it kept going, the session, the drinking, and the music, and folk keeping poor Toby away from the bowron. And it gets about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's definitely time to leave, okay? So, Toby now, he's feeling quite happy. The woman who's chatting, she's called Peggy. She's enamoured with the teeth on him. She's like, whoa. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and everything's breaking up, we're all going in different ways. And Peggy says to Toby, she says, Toby, do you want to come for a walk with me? Okay. She's a very modest Galway girl. Toby, do you want to come for a walk? And Toby, being a gentleman, says, sure, ma'am. That's my American accent. Sure, ma'am. Let's go for a walk. So they go for a walk, okay? Peggy takes Toby for a walk. And she takes him out here, kind of along there, up the canal. Eventually she takes him to, do you know where the university is? Mm-hmm. And then you've got the kind of, at the side, the river there, you've got the walk it takes to Dangan. She's taking him along there. And it's a lovely, lovely kind of pre-dawn, there's that kind of greyness, and the stars are fading, there's a kind of nice feel to the air, and they're walking along. And of course, Toby's saying to her, he's saying, tell me, Peggy, do you know about fairies and all that? And she's kind of going, yeah, I know all about that. My granny says if you want a baby in Ireland, catch a leprechaun. And if you want a wee girl, slap it the arse 3 times. If you want a wee boy, slap it once. Wow, that's amazing. Do you know anything else? And Peggy has a moment. She's not a bad moment. I'm going to take that away. I'm going to give it to Peggy. Didn't have a bad moment. Peggy had a horny moment, okay? And horny's good. Horny's very healthy. She's like to herself, okay, fine. The man with the teeth, I'll talk to you. She says, I know a place, you know, it says, where fairies hang out. It's a little fairy glade. Fairies hang out there. If you go to that fairy place and make a wish, the wish will come true. You might not see the fairies, but the wish will come true. Oh, wow. Take me there. Well, we're almost there now, strangely enough. Tall gentleman told me with the teeth on you. We're almost there. So they're walking along, there's a screen of trees. She kind of takes his hand, she goes by a wee path through the trees. And now they're at the bank, and the river's there, but the bank's nice and wide, there's a little dip in the bank there. She goes, this is the place, she says. She takes a drink of water because her horniness is getting to her. She's to hydrate for this. She's like, okay, she says, this is the place where wishes come true. And of course, Toby's standing there and it's beautiful, okay? And there's the river there as well, and the river is kind of dark there, and it's moving slowly, it's almost kind of sensuous. And there's all the kind of morning dews on the glittering on the ground there. The sun's not quite up, and he's looking at her, and she's looking at him. And he goes, tell me, what do you wish for? And so Peggy, of course, being the modest girl she is, she kind of takes off the jumper, takes off the Wellington boots, off the skirt. Papa! She was naked. I'm sorry, cover your eyes. She was naked, and she lay down, and she kind of went, oh. That's how seduction works in Galway. And Toby, who is very good at taking a hint, disrobed as well. Okay, we're not going to get into detail here. Enough to say they lay together as man doth lay with woman. So they lay together and they dothed. And the man dothing and our Jeannie Mac, they dothed again. What the hell? And you know, they were young and handsome and beautiful. They dothed a few more times. Right? So they did a lot of dothing. And they're kind of doing all that kind of as you do your dothing, apparently. So they done all that, and then they finished dothing. Thank God we went through that. But anybody who didn't realise that was the sex scene, okay? Just so you know. We went a bit pornographic there, but I kept it contained. Alright, so they finished with the pornographic sex scene. Guys, you missed the pornographic sex scene, but there's still more to come. So, they're lying there, she's naked, he's naked. The sun's beginning to come up now, they're covered in glittering sweat, the steam's coming after like two rotten pigs are in shite, they're feeling so happy, you know, they're lying there. And Toby stands up and the sun is rising now, there's a big red ball of fire behind him. Just picture him there, he's there, the sun's behind him, he's bollock naked, standing there, the sweat glittering on him. And she kind of looks up at Toby and she says, Toby, tell me, what do you wish for? And she's thinking, oh, he wants an Irish wife. Oh, yes, green cat. Oh. And he kind of looks at her, and he's standing there gorgeous, you know, he's young, and when you're young, you're a bit full of yourself, and he goes, do you know what, Peggy, I'll tell you what I wish for, he said. I wish for, I've been all around Ireland, and folk have booed me and chased me. What I wish for is folk to cheer. I want to be cheered and applauded. I want folk to go, ooh, I want folk to cheer and how wonderful I am. And he's saying this and he's throwing his arms up in the air and he's stepping backwards, beautiful and glorious. And he tripped over a stone and went arse over tit and into the river. Splash! Oh my goodness, says Peggy. She jumps up. She gets the Wellingtons back on, the skirt back on, the trousers back. Trousers? My head level. She covered that she was modest. She got modest up. She got modest. She shouted, man in the water! Man in the water! Folk now are roused, okay? Oh my goodness. So folk are trying to deal with this. There's some fishermen in a wee boat there. They've got a rod and line. They see him. They see poor wee Toby. He's in the water. He's rolling about in the water. He's going up and down, up and down. You see his head come up. You see his arm go up. The head goes down. His arse comes up. His arse goes down. They try and get a hook into him. They get a hook into the arse. Try to pull him back. They can't get him ashore. They're shouting down, man in the water. There's no mobiles. There's Snapchat, whatever then, so folk are really shout it, and then somebody gets into your house, they make a phone call, and the next thing the guards are there, the Coast Guard, a helicopter comes, folk are trying to get a hold of him, okay? And he's rolling down the water, and of course, poor Peggy, she's running down as well, covering herself up, and this is folk now, there's crowds now, and finally, in this journey, he comes towards, do you know the Wolf-Tone Bridge? It's the last kind of bridge before the bay opens up. There's a crowd on the Wolf-Tone Bridge, and they've got nets, okay, and sticks, and they've got those harpoons or whatever. They've got all sorts of things, and they're all ready to catch this poor tumbling fella. They can see him coming and coming and coming and coming. And they're all there, there's folk hanging off, holding each other's ankles, they're going to grab poor Toby. And the water's fast, he's tumbling faster and faster, and he gets to the bridge, and they're all trying to grab him, and they miss. Oh, yes, they did. They went under the bridge, so everybody turned round. To the other side, looked over to grab the other side. I did not reappear. He did not reappear. And it was one of the wee fishermen from the Clan who went, oh, the current's got him. I'm afraid he's gone now. He'll be back in Minnesota this time next year. He's gone. Poor Peggy, she's like, oh dearie me. She went to mourn for, oh my God, 2-3 days she was in mourning. She was very upset. So, Toby was gone. However, his adventure had not finished. Okay. Because he had made a wish in a magical place. And magical things actually were about to happen to Toby. Now I need to clarify this. With a drink of water, hydrate, hydrate. After my sex scene, my live sex show, because what happened to Toby when in the water and scalped his head, he drowned, he was dead. Okay, he was dead, there's no ambiguity, he was dead. He was definitely dead, okay. But what happened was, we went under the bridge, and at that time, the river that filled in, there used to be a hole on the other side of the river. There was a hole in the bottom of the river there. And he got caught in the hole. He went through the bridge, and he got caught in the hole. And the way he got caught, he kind of plugged into the hole, like his arms sticking in the hole, and his legs and his head kind of like this. It was like a big plant sticking out, okay? Like I don't know, seaweed or something. He was kind of like this. And he was stuck in the hole. And he was stuck in that hole, and strange things and magical things began to happen to him. Because when you're dead, just to clarify, your body decays. Okay, your body decays. It has to decay. I'm getting a confirmation here from somebody who's seen that, done that, decay. Very good. And it's great you have to decay, because when you're alive, what happens is this. I'm going to get technical here, just watch a minute. When you're alive, you have a belly. That's one I produced earlier, okay? In your belly there's lots of little microbes and things like that, okay? So when you eat food or drink, it goes into your belly, and all the wee microbes can mush it all up, and then they kind of squeeze it, and they do things with it, you get all energies and enzymes, and then things happen, okay? But when you're dead, there's no more food and drink coming into your body. So you've got all these wee things, all these wee bacteria in there, and there's nothing for them to eat, okay? Again, this is an emotional part here, he's made cry, hold on to somebody. They're all in there, the person's dead, there's no more food, no more drink. They're hungry, the perwy things are hungry, all the wee bacteria are hungry. So what do? They begin to eat you as well. They begin to digest you, they begin to eat your belly, they eat the belly line, and they rush in the rest of your body, and they eat your muscles and your veins and all the bits inside you. And this is what decomposition is. It's marvellous, all these wee things they're eating away, yum, 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 yum. And they're having a great time, like, fuck's sake, this is great, just keep, and they eat, and they eat, and they eat, okay? So there's a lot of feeding going on, okay? And because they're getting happy with the feeding, they're getting a bit horny. And so there's fornicating, they're making little baby bacteria, and they all kind of do their things. They eat as well, so they're feeding, they're fornicating, and of course they're farting, okay? They're starting to fart, so they're going, eat, fornicate. And slowly but surely, your body builds up with gas. Okay. Fortunately, because nature's a wonder, fortunately, there's an orifice specially designed. We've all got one. Some of us, okay. Most of us have one, and it allows gas to leave your body. Okay, even when you're dead, the gas goes out that way, which is fantastic. However, poor Toby's dead body was stuck in a hole like this. Okay. And so the gas comes out, but it gets stuck in the hole. And the gas cannot dissipate, it's stuck in the hole behind him. And the gas begins to build up behind him. And so his body's kind of twitching. And sometimes it's a warm day, sometimes it's a cold day, and he's twitching and twitching, and the farts are coming out, and it's building up and building up, the pressure's building up behind him. And the body's shaking. Now, whilst all this magical stuff was happening to Toby's body, something even more magical was happening up on land as well. I'll pause now, I'll tell you what's happening there, because this was the year that all the artists and the musicians and the theatre folk and puppet makers and all sorts in Galway decided to get together and make the first Galway International Arts Festival. And they worked away, it was a whole month they worked away, they were building things and writing things, and it was all tremendous. And then kind of end of April, beginning of May, they decided to launch the festival. So they came to the festival, they all met down the Spanish Arch there, you know where the Spanish Arch is? Just beyond the Old Town Bridge. And they met down there, and there was all the crowds. Oh, there was even the babies can stay. Oh. All right. Okay. I scared the child. I feel so bad. Come on, you're okay. All right. So they all met there, and there was artists and all sorts, and some of them had babies with them, which was beautiful. And they all kind of met there. And a wee poet got up and he made a speech. Got a big bit of paper and he said, I want to commend all the artists and the musicians and all that for this festival. And I now want to announce the festival is open. Okay? And it no sooner spoke than suddenly there was a mighty and suddenly Toby's body, with all that gas built up behind it, suddenly it popped out the hole. Whoa! And it flew up in the air in a majestic farting noise. Fuck! I'm like, fuck! This arts festival's fantastic! They're taking pictures. There's cinecameras. Wow! Higher and higher and higher it went forward like, wow! And then he was so high and so fast, his body exploded! There is bones and bits of mortis cheese and skin and everything. Exploded all over Galway Bay, and folk went, whoa! Wow! And so it was that Toby's wish came true. And from that day till this, there has never been an act at the Galway Arts Festival that has been cheered or applauded or celebrated as much as the flying body of Toby, the lousy Bowron player.